And this is Ken Kreitzer in New York City at the Midtown International Theater Festival. I have a chance to talk with the executive producer of this event in its 15th year, and that is John Chatterton. And John, it's a pleasure. I've had a chance to attend a couple of performances over the years. How did this festival start, and how have you kept it going for 15 years?
I was publishing a little journal called Uber, the Off-Broadway Review, which was dedicated to reviewing off-Broadway plays. Off-Broadway is like the bottom of the pyramid of theater in New York City, mainly devoted to equity showcases, shows in which the actors are paid car fare to perform. And one of my writers, this was 2 years after the Fringe Festival started, one of my writers said, someone, in quotes, ought to start a Midtown Fringe Festival. Well, nobody did. So I did. I thought it was a great opportunity to do something a little more uptown than the Fringe. And I thought we had a niche there. And as to how I managed to keep it going for 15 years, I would say by blind stubbornness and stupidity.
Well, I've got a chance to attend a couple of plays. A friend of mine from Pelham, Jim O'Connor, is a former Army officer, wrote a couple of plays that have been performed here in the festival. And then a couple of years ago, a Navy friend of ours, Gavin McHale, performed in a play. And he went on later that year to perform in the movie from Steven Spielberg, Lincoln, playing a nice role in that play. And so this is an opportunity for both writers and for actors, actresses to show what they can do.
Absolutely. It's showcased in the heart of the theater district. And we get a lot of agents and producers and press people coming here seeing their work. And it allows you to get another little blurb in your resume or something you can send out to potential producers when you're auditioning. So being in a festival play is part of an actor's profile.
Absolutely, and it's here on West 36th Street, June Havoc Theater. There's actually a 3-theater complex in the building. And just tell us a little bit about some of the plays this year. The festival goes through August 10th, and you've got dozens of plays performing. Tell us about some of the highlights.
I'm not sure where to begin, but I'm sure your listeners would be really interested in a few plays about World War II that we have. One of them is called Himmelreich, and it's about a young man whose grandfather has a collection of photos that might be of war criminals from Germany. Another is called Farm Hall, which is the place where the British debriefed the German nuclear scientists, and unknown to the scientists, recorded their every word while they complained that the Americans had got there first. And the third one is I said Himmelreich was about the photos. Himmelreich is about Audie Murphy in a cafe running into someone he thinks is Otto Skorzeny, the famous, I think he was SS soldier or officer, but it turns out to be somebody else. But there's a riveting part by the guy playing the German. I think that one is closed, unfortunately.
Well, there's a lot of plays be going on till August 10th, and I think going to a play is just part of what the summertime is all about. We saw a play up in Westchester, a nice production of Damn Yankees. What is reaction to the festival? Where do the people come from that attend?
There are a lot of people who know someone in the cast. There's a lot of personal networking through now increasingly through social media. But there are also a lot of theater lovers who are addicted to going to shows, and if there's nothing else going on, they'll come to something like this.
Absolutely. And just tell us a little bit about your background. You're a graduate of Stanford University, originally from the Boston area. Tell us a little bit about your career in the theater.
Well, I didn't have a formal career in the theater. I didn't get a degree in theater. My degree from Stanford is in film and broadcasting. I worked in print media for quite a while. I worked as a computer technical writer, and I then started off on my own with the festival and a rehearsal complex just up the street called Where Eagles Dare, another World War II reference. And I think that I've learned to be a producer during that time. Mainly a matter of watching details. And so I've sort of created a job for myself.
Absolutely. And there's so many young students, actors, actresses who want to advance in the theater, perform in plays at different levels. What are some of the keys that you found to learning the disciplines of acting?
Well, I had my rehearsal studio complex, and my office was right next door to one of the studios, and I would overhear some of the stuff that went on in the acting classes, so-called, and they had some rituals that I found completely baffling. But that's only one particular flavor of acting teaching, and there were others that might have been a little more practical. But the bottom line is, when you come to New York to be an actress or an actor, you have to work hard because you've got to be auditioning all the time. You have to be coaching and taking classes. You have to be pounding the pavements looking for work. Once in a while you get a job, and you've got to work really hard to rehearse and perform and bring people in to see you, because otherwise it's a tree falling in the forest. And then you have to find some way to get by financially. Not all actors in New York are trust fund babies. Some of them have to go work somewhere, driving a cab or working in McDonald's, or hopefully doing something that they've received some training for and make a little more money. And after a while, you either get somewhere or you burn out. That's the sad truth of the matter.
Well, it's a difficult life, but it's rewarding for those days when you're on the stage. What is the feeling that you see in the actors and the actresses on the stage when they're performing, and perhaps when they take a bow at the end of the night, receiving applause from the crowd?
Well, it's a great rush. It's like skydiving. Only get a little safer. Though they do say break a leg, could fall off the stage. I see total commitment and energy, youthful energy. Well, they're older actors, and they different category. We have several plays about older people in this festival, which pleases me because it's not all about kids,
Absolutely. And John Chatterton, executive producer of the Midtown International Theater Festival, how can interested theater goers find out more about the remaining productions through August 10th?
The easiest way is to check out our website at www.midtownfestival.org. And all the plays are listed there, the schedule. You can buy tickets. And you can contact us by email if you have further questions.
Very good. John Chatterton, the executive producer of the Midtown International Theater Festival. Our best wishes as you complete your 15th year of this festival, showcasing so many actors and actresses and terrific playwrights.
Thank you very much, Ken.
My pleasure. Ken Kreitzer for WVOX in New York City.